What's up, gamers? I'm not doing that voice, especially when my voice still fucking hurts. Greetings and salutations. No, no. It's Son of Basin, Evan. I can't do the Austin Powers YouTube channel type of intro, whatever that Vintage Warfare says, but no. So, there's almost a foot of snow outside, and my ass is in this house. It's not going to be out there. So instead, I decided to show a video of cheap 22s that you will buy at some point. So I'll go through the three that I have right here, and I'll show three others that you'll likely find in some other ways. But these are the three best, I would say, to get. They're all semi-automatic. Now, the first one is Ruger 1022. Can't go wrong with a Ruger 1022. I mean, great all-around gun. I'll go through these three first. Ruger 1022. My Savage Mall 64. Other solid, good 22. And then Marlin Model 60. Oh yeah. It does that because it's tube fed and there's nothing to make the elevator come back down unless you hold down on the bolt catch, which, although annoying for now compared to the other two, this is what makes it better than the other two. And I'll tell you that in a second. So we'll start out with price. How much do these guns cost? Unless you're ordering really special stuff, I would say no more. They shouldn't cost no more than $200. No more of any of these. You pay more than $200 for these? No, even brand fucking new. Now, in general, the one that will always win out is Ruger 1022. Why is that? Flexibility with these guns. As far as I'm concerned, you can get even longer barrels for these. You can get different ways to attach scopes for these. Both irons and no irons. Different size magazines, which are inexpensive. Comes in later for the Savage. Easy to take apart. I mean, you got your hex, your screw up here. You take it. You can then pop two pins out right here to remove your trigger group. And then you just remove your bolt that way. Super easy to clean, super easy to take apart. There's a quadrillion different things you can customize on these. Stocks, bolts, triggers. There's fucking binary triggers. I mean, the flexibility, the knowledge on these, this wins out of amongst any of the other 22s. If you want a 22 for anything, Ruger. Ruger will win. No matter what. If you want it brand new, Ruger wins. But these other two, just because this one's better in pretty much everything, doesn't mean these two aren't viable either. They're very much so. In fact, let me show you one thing I don't like about the Ruger that many people modify already. It's the bolt release. This also goes for the Savage as well. The bolt release sucks ass. Because look, I got a magazine here. It is empty. Well, compared to the Savage, it can actually go like so. And the amount of setup you have to have, you can't just pull it back and the bolt catch will go down. No. What you have to do is when you pull your bolt back, you have to take your bolt release and push it inward from the top, and then it'll roll forward. And when you want to pull it in, you pull it down, and it'll rock itself forward. Why it's like that, I don't know. I do not like it one bit. Why not just, there was 122 that I did. I forget what it was. But all you do is you just take it, you push it in the far back, and when you're ready, you just rock it out back, rock it out to the side, and it is magnifico. But yeah. So all around, this is the best gun. Next one that is a very good option is Savage Mall 64. You can still do quite a bit of modifications of these, which I was honestly surprised. Mostly revolving around the magwell and stocks. There's a quadrillion different stocks for this as well. And you get it with irons or no irons. This one's no irons. This one came with a scope. This one was, when I got it, was brand new. With the original 2009 price tag. Never been shot. I probably ran 300-400 rounds through this gun. And well, I cleaned it pretty good. This is the only gun that I own that if you want to just do normal field stripping, you have to have a 7/16 wrench to separate the barrel from the receiver. I've never seen that in any other gun that I've worked on. Now, some of them you'll have to have, like, AR-15 end barrels. You have to have that, I forget what the wrench for that is, but other than that, this is the only one I've seen that you actually have to have a wrench to take apart. Everything else is either just pins or you just pins, flatheads, Phillips, Torx, sometimes Torx, especially on newer guns, hexes. That's it. What does the Savage do better that the Ruger cannot? It's lighter. It feels better in the hand, I will say that. But then again, you can modify it super easily. I do like Savage magazines better, though, because they remind me of an AK. You just kind of just rock it in. Now, at first, when I first got this, it kind of pissed me off because you can't just normally shove that in like so. As I was thinking, you just pop it in like so. That's not going. You have to come in at an angle to get in. I figured the best way to do this is rock it like an AK, and it works just fine. This is also a 10-rounder. But here's where the Savage fails in its magazines is, although they feel a lot better and they're much easier to stack than just the giant cubes, this is like $20. That Ruger one you can find for maybe even $5 somewhere. Just like just an old man's pawn shop. You can't find this really anywhere. It is stupid expensive what they want for fucking Savage magazines. And 20-round extended mags are almost like $40 a piece. AR-15 mags, $20 max. So, luckily I got 2 magazines worth. But, be careful when you buy your Savage Model 64. These are expensive. It's quite an accurate gun, I will say that. Of course, it's a new gun, pretty much. I mean, it's just being broke in. What I also like about the Savage better than most of any other gun, really, is it's got a nice safety. That side, just easy target acquisition. You don't have to look off. It just feels better. Just throwing that out. Because it feels like a good hunting gun. Good squirrel gun. It's just a good, solid 22. If this is what you have something good. Not the best, but it's good. Now here's a really good gun that I love to pieces. Marlin Model 60 or Glenfield Model 60s. Yet again, another cheap department store 22. What you have an advantage is, although you don't have to worry about a magazine, you have a tube. All you have to do is just carry your ammo and no magazines. Which sometimes, hunting, for instance, if all you're going to do is just bag a few squirrels, you're not plinking or nothing, this runs out pretty good. It's got a 15-round mag, a tube mag, and taking it apart is almost as good as the Ruger, but not quite as much because you do have flat heads compared to, well, hex Allen wrenches. But also all around just great gun. I mean, not much can go wrong here. Super sturdy, feels real nice in the hand. It's thin like the Savage, but it's as mechanically similar to the Ruger. The Savage absolutely sucks taking apart. I do not like taking apart the Savage because, good lord, it is not the funnest gun to take apart. This is what I would consider an economy gun, that Savage for sure. All you do is just throw your Balisol in there, whatever dissolvent, run it a few times, and just run it. It's not worth trying to keep it maintained like I do, but I'm a bit OCD about my firearms, so they are well maintained. I put this scope on for my dad. This is my dad's gun. It's a very good gun. Killed many a things with it. Just all around good gun yet again. It's lightweight. I mean, it's a little hefty in the receiver, but it's solid. It's good. I sound like Trump saying that so many times. It's good. It's the best. I walked in. It was the greatest thing ever made. But no. Probably one of the best 22 ever made up until the Ruger. And they made this for like 30 or 40 years straight. They don't make these no more. But you can still find them for cheap for like $130, $140. Good 22s you can get one. Now, I'm going to throw some wild cards out here. You will definitely find one of these at an Oh Man single shot 22. This is my 1935 Model 67 Winchester. This is the one that made me have over a 250,000 views. It's the one that blew up. I'm not going to get into all of it because I do think I was wrong in some places. Definitely about the ammo. It's high velocity long rifle. As far as I'm concerned, in recent memory, this gun has always ran a long rifle and never once had an issue, including high velocity. It was up until I used a Guela high velocity that the case split and powder got in my face. It was not a fun day. It was not. This thing still runs subsonics. It still runs CCI high velocity, and it does it just fine. It has no worries and no counts. It just runs. These guns are super easy to take apart. I mean, you literally just, well, I tightened it down with the flathead, but just unscrew that from the bottom, just rip your bolt out. The only thing that's tedious to take apart is knocking the pins out of the bolt right here. You're not really meant to do anyways. But I did it, and it was pretty easy if you're used to already taking guns apart like I am. I would not suggest the average Joe attempt to take a bolt like this apart. Downfall of single shot 22s, you do have to manually cock the cocker back every single time, but works just fine for me. Good solid guns as well. Unless you're like something old and special, like actually old. This is from 34 or 35. This is an old special gun. I could probably get this for $200. It's a good condition. It's still got the original brown bluing on it. Good stock, no cracks. I mean, good gun. And oh, the walnut on it is just spectacular. Good all-around gun. $200. Otherwise, no more than $100 for one of these. No more than $100. If they're in really good condition. If they're kind of meh, $50. Probably the cheapest gun that you can find. Those are inter-deals, is what I call them. They're not like actual commercial. You go to a pawn shop and there it is. It's just like the dude in private sale trying to sell shit off the side of the road and he's got one of these in the bed of the truck. $50, nothing more. Those are good guns. Here's one. You won't see it often. I mean, there's like a couple million of these made, but, you know, the Browning 22s. Well, this is not a Browning. This is a Henry 22. And I spent close to, when I first got this, I spent close to 6 or 7 hours just refining that bolt in it. Like, I'm barely putting any effort into this. It's just, oh, just immaculate, man. I just still can't get over. It's just butter. Now, these are really good plinkers as well. I can get really good accuracy with this. I can get the accuracy of a single shot with the repeatability of a semi-auto. Maybe not as fast as a semi-auto, but it's still good. 2 mag, of course. I mean, and you also get the cowboy aesthetic of being the only guy having the lever 22. Just can't tell me that's not cool. Biggest downside to this gun is taking it apart. I will say that for sure. And when you take this apart, you have to take this cover off, which can also fuck with your accuracy. And that's why you ought to use the irons rather than the scope. That's the biggest downfall of this gun. You have to take these 4 bolts out, and you take your bolt, well, not bolt, screws out, and then your bolt comes out the top and slides out the back. But, other than that, if you're doing just normal field stripping, if you're just going to do like gunsmithing on this, all you have to do is just pop pins out. That's all there is in here. You just pop your pins out. Super easy to work. I love this gun, but it's not the best gun to take apart, especially for a new person. And that's what I did the first time. My first Christmas, I got the big loop and the high vis sights. I had to figure out how to do all that myself. No help. It was great. But yeah, now that I'm a little older, a little more wiser, this is not a very good first gun to take apart. The Ruger is. Or this next gun I'm about to show you. This next gun is stupid fucking easy to take apart. Like, any gun in this exact same mechanical style, easiest thing to take apart. This, I bought it about a month back off a boy who does watch this channel. Logan, if you're watching this thing's pretty fucking baller. Now, I got the 22 mag cylinder in this for now, but I got the 22 long rifle cylinder over there. This is a Heritage carbine Rough Rider. It is stupid lightweight, and it's also probably one of the weirdest guns in my collection right now. For the simple fact how unique it is, other than the bullpup, the Turkish Delight shotgun. How you aim this gun is like so. Ring finger here, other finger here, or if you feel it, you can just rock 2 fingers. No, that's what she said. But no, this gun is surprisingly accurate. Like, I can hit targets out to about 50 yards. Just ping, ping, ping. I'm just like, damn. And it's got buckhorn sights, and I'm not a big fan of buckhorns because they're usually inaccurate. But this thing, fucking mint. Other than the sheer amount of screws on this, which most single-action Army pistols are going to have quite a few screws. You know, you got your bottom of your receiver and your top. It's stupid easy to take apart. There's like 6 or 7 main components that goes to a single-action Army pistol. I mean, this is your field strip right here. You don't ever need to take it apart more than just this. That's field strip right there. Clean your barrel, clean your insides out here, especially up near the barrel because that's where it gets the most dirtiest. This is a really surprisingly good gun. Now, I will say, the downside of this gun is it takes a bit of a learning curve. You'll get it after like 12 rounds, after 2 full cylinders. The biggest thing that comes with this gun, though, is the sheer loud of it. And I was running just 22 through this, and I was like, sure, it can't be that loud. And I didn't put my hearing pro on. Fucking dumb. It's a 22, you know. Any 22, you usually run no hearing pro. And I was running subsonics through it, so I was like, ain't gonna be bad. Ooh. Got me in my left ear. My left ear was ringing for 10 minutes. I was like, next time we're running hearing pro. But other than that downfall, this is a good 22. MSRP wise, I would not pay that much for it. Especially if you want just a cheap 20. These guns go for about $300. Now, this thing's about worth more like $350 because I got the little gold add-on pieces on it. It's got the leather. I mean, these 22 mag is nice. 22 mag is just better 22. But yeah, this is a good gun. Out of all of these, which one do I like the best? They all got their uses. I mean, they're niche uses. But if I had to use one and only keep one and use it for anything, with my skill set of being able, you know, being a gunsmith and all that, I like the Henry the best. I mean, I just tube fed scope. The aesthetic goes hard all by itself. I mean, it's stupid lightweight. I'm probably going to drill and tap it for a sling sometime soon. Don't know when, but I will. But man, good 22 as well. Which one do I say is probably the worst? I won't have to say, but it is this. Despite how cool it is, the sheer loudness factor of it, the learning curve. Actually, no, I disagree. It'd be this. Your single shot 22 would probably be the worst because single shot. But what you can get with this, although usually they don't come with long barrels like this, the barrels usually come about right here or so because, well, everyone wants a carbine nowadays. But most single shots, this is your worst option, but it's also your cheapest option because all you need is a barrel, trigger, and stock. Stupid cheap. No more than $100. I mean, good guns for the most of the time. They're not like Zamak Chinese guns. But in general, I think the best 22 for anything at all, if you're just starving for money and you need a 22 bad, the single shot is your best bet. Get them virtually anywhere for virtually nothing. But the best bet for anything, even tacticooling, Ruger 1022. Just for the sheer amount of modifications you can do to it, this wins out amongst all of them. It does. This is not mine. This is someone else's, and I'm thinking about getting one just to put a binary trigger in it, just to fuck with people with the range. Just giant 30-round mag. Phenomenal. But yeah, that's the 22 review today. I just got bored and knew I needed to make a video, and I'm not getting out of this house anytime soon. So, y'all take care. See y'all.